I go by Flight, but you could call me FTC. Flight team, stand up. It's true. JxmyHighroller. This comeback should have been impossible.
Going down 3-1 in the NBA Finals is virtually a death sentence. Throughout the 79 final series in NBA history, 38 of them reached the dreaded 3-1 deficit, and only one team has come back from it.
Cavs.
And with that being the case, it was imperative that the San Antonio Spurs won Game 4 on Wednesday night in Madison Square Garden to prevent going down 3-1 in the series and give themselves a real chance to win an NBA title. And that's exactly what they were on track to doing. Through the first half of Game 4, Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs put together arguably their best half of the entire season. Record-breaking efficiency, stifling defense, and a first half of basketball so dominant that it earned them the third largest lead going into the half in the history of the finals. 76 to 49, a 27-point chasm separating them and the New York Knicks. An impossibly large deficit for the Knicks to overcome. In fact, the largest comeback ever achieved in the finals was 24 points.
Bro, the thing is about this game, they're blaming Fox, bro, but you got to blame the Spurs as a whole, bro. Y'all let them come back from 40-plus points.
During literally the worst half of basketball in the history of the finals, the Spurs were all but guaranteed to tie up the series going back into San Antonio with the wins at their back and all the momentum leading into Game 5. What transpired over the next 24 minutes of game time was literally the worst half of basketball in the history of the finals.
It's gone! It's gone! It's gone! With 1.2 remaining, Knicks take the lead. Bedlam here at the Garden. They can't believe it. The greatest comeback in NBA playoff history.
Sad, bro.
Today's video is sponsored by best promo code to your account only on C.
What up, 302?
What you are looking at is a graph of the live win probability from Game 4 of the NBA Finals according to Inpredictable.com. The San Antonio Spurs played so well in the first half that by the end of the first quarter, the Knicks' win probability was already just 17.6%. By halftime, the Knicks' win probability fell to just 1.5%. And with about 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, their probability of winning this game was just 1%. 1%. Unfortunately for the Spurs, basketball is more than just a game of probability.
Man, it's like, bro, when you see stats like this, does that have you thinking on some different advocate shit? Like, bro, like, did somebody, like, make a move behind the office and make a script happen, bro? The last game, look at this shit. With 9:16 left to go in the fourth quarter, the Knicks had a 1% chance of coming back and winning the game, bro. With those, it'll be different if it was like 37%. Like 1%, bro. They're going to investigate Game 4 of the Knicks, man, in the next like 10 years. Big games are heating up right now, and I've teamed up with DraftKings to bring you a brand new offer. DraftKings is now available in all 50 states, from New York to Cali, so no matter where you are, you're always connected to the fun. New DraftKings customers sign up with code FLIGHT, spend $5 and get $200 in total rewards. That's code FLIGHT. Download the DraftKings Sports app today and stay in the game. The crown is yours. Then all of a sudden, like, look at that. Just a spike in the graph chart. Man.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is a visual representation of the greatest comeback in the history of the finals, and quite possibly the history of the NBA. Because what the Knicks did on Wednesday night wasn't just improbable, it should have been impossible. How in the world did the Knicks pull this off? Well, you have to see it to believe it.
Keldon Johnson goes in hard. Can't get it. The chip misses.
The first signs of a catastrophic meltdown by the Spurs all started right about here. With just under 9 minutes left in the third quarter, down 27, Josh Hart brings the ball down the court and feeds OG Anunoby for an easy dunk. The Knicks playing with a tangible sense of urgency considering their circumstance. The Spurs rebuttal.
Right now. He's coming back with a little more fight.
A contested 25-footer 4 seconds into the shot clock. Tim Legler was on the call, and his commentary on this possession could not have been more spot on.
Right now, Mike Brown doesn't mind those quick threes by the Spurs. Even if they go in, you want to speed this game up to give your team more possessions.
Just moments later, Jalen Brunson hits a three, putting the Knicks on a 7-0 scoring run while Taylor Swift cosplays as an actual Knicks fan. Spurs call a timeout. Their game plan still intact. For now. Just a couple possessions later, after a miss from Brunson, the Spurs come down and get into a two-man game with Wemby setting a screen for De'Aaron Fox. Wemby pops out, and Fox passes the ball to absolutely no one. Knicks ball, we're going the other way. Fortunately for San out, and Fox passes the ball to absolutely
It's not this like miscommunication or it's just like
no one. Knicks ball, we're going the other way. Fortunately for San Antonio, the Knicks do
Nigga,
not
Wemby
convert on
kicked
this
the shit.
possession, so the Spurs have a chance to come down and extend their lead back up to 25. With another deep, wildly contested three-pointer that, of course, doesn't fall. The Knicks, on the other hand, come down, move the ball around until they find OG in the corner for this open look. The lead now down to 19. Knicks on a 10-0 run. At this point, one can only assume the Spurs will probably stop shooting early shot clock threes and really get into their half-court offense, right?
Points, Brunson with 22. They've got 44 to 62. Johnson wide open. Can't hit.
Right. Well, at least on the next possession, the Spurs do a better job at getting into something that resembles a coherent offensive set.
Fox step back three.
It's another highly contested step back three, and another miss. What's worse than another missed three?
Cornette checks in. Hart tries a three.
Giving up another three on the other end just 27 seconds later. The Knicks now on a 13-0 run. Eventually, the Spurs got back on track and maintained their lead over the next 6 minutes, slowly working down the clock and holding off the Knicks, which in and of itself was a miracle considering how poorly they were playing. Throughout the third quarter, the Spurs attempted 20 shots. They hit 4 of them. In fact, they had more turnovers than they did made shots in the quarter. At the start of the quarter, the Spurs had a 27-point lead. By the end of it, their lead was just 15. But that was some of the worst basketball the Spurs had played all season, especially considering the first half they just put up. It would take an unprecedented, horrific collapse to follow up that third quarter with an even worse fourth quarter.
Cornette checks in. Hart tries a three. Hart hits a three. Suddenly it's cut to 16. That's 13 straight points. Alvarado tries a three. Rolls around and drops in. Beautiful pass inside. Bridges backs him up. Shot clock winding down. Towns off the bounce. Step back. Puts up the three. It's good. Alvarado and Brunson. Anunoby. Three-pointer's good. 6 3-pointers for Anunoby.
You ever watch a game and see some stuff that can only be attributed to what feels like fate? Despite the adjustments, despite the attention to detail or the effort, it just seems like there's an outcome that is destined to happen. This was one of those games. After having one of the greatest offensive halves in playoff history, regardless of the looks the Spurs got, they struggled to get them to fall. And regardless of the looks the Knicks got, they couldn't seem to miss. And after another run from the Knicks, the Spurs lead is now cut to just 11 points. Now, some of this can be attributed to experience. Some of it can be attributed to focus and sticking to a game plan. And some of it is sheer luck. But when you're witnessing a professional basketball player doing a balancing act, tiptoeing the backcourt in the midst of a historic comeback before heaving the ball to the opposing team, one may begin to believe there's a greater
Spurs
force
as
at
a whole
work
they
here.
sold, man.
I am sitting at home on the other side of the country, and I can physically feel the Knicks' momentum from my couch. Coming back down the court, the Knicks got the ball to Cat in the corner, but he's got Wemby on him, the defensive player of the year, one of the best defenders of all time. Surely, he doesn't just go right at him and get another bucket here.
He does.
Drives on Wemby, goes inside, stops, flips it up, shot is good.
Of course he does. The lead, now just 9 points. Madison Square Garden is in mass hysteria. With a chance to swing the game back in their favor, the Spurs come back down the court. And considering their circumstance and what has occurred over the last 18 minutes, do you think they, A, work the ball around until they get a good look? B, feed the ball to their 7'5" alien superstar rolling to the basket? Or C, do the exact same thing that got him into this mess and take another early three-pointer?
Chipping away. Fox picks up his dribble. Champagny can't get it.
If you said option C, you are correct. But look, the Spurs forced a turnover on the other end. They've got another chance to build this lead back up on the fast break. Any guesses as to what they will do on this crucial, potentially momentum-swinging possession?
Castle may have gotten a piece of it. Fox kicks it out. Vassell, right side, three-pointer, can't get it.
They just shot it.
You can't make it up. Down on the other end, Jalen Brunson works his magic and makes a tough layup off the glass to shrink the lead to just 7. The Knicks are now on a 17-4 run against the youngest, most inexperienced finals team in league history. Now would probably be a good time to call a timeout.
Fox searching. Anunoby on him. Fox steps back, jump shot, puts it up, can't get it. Wemby tips it out of bounds. Nick Ball.
Or not. The Knicks come back down the other way and immediately set a screen for Brunson. Why is Wemby guarding a 6'0" Jose Alvarado 20 feet away from the basket? I don't know. But after the switch, he's now on Brunson. But now he's dropping back to play strong side help with Champagnie in the corner. The Knicks swing the ball to the other wing, and there's Wemby right on time to help. And guarding this corner man is Champagnie. But wait,
They left
he was
OG.
supposed to be in the opposite corner.
Anunoby.
which
Remember you
means
can say his
someone's
real
open.
name now?
Off the bounce. Corner three. Anunoby. Bang! 4-point game.
Young
Timeout,
player
San
mistakes.
One possession game. Mitch Johnson realizes he has the autonomy to call a timeout. Larry David is losing his mind, and the world is ending. Or at least it feels like it is, if you're a Spurs fan. But there's still hope. After trading a few buckets, the Spurs maintain their 4-point lead until there's about 2:20 left on the clock, and Jalen Brunson hit this three over Wemby.
Shot clock at 5. Brunson fires up a three. Puts it in! 1-point game! This building is shaking right now!
You ever see a dagger that wasn't a game winner or a go-ahead bucket? Well, you just did, because it is now just a 1-point game, and the Spurs are in a state of shock. How do I know this? Because on the very next possession, De'Aaron Fox, the team veteran, a starting point guard in the NBA Finals, did this.
Him up now, Karl-Anthony Towns. Fox throws it away!
After 2 quarters of some of the most
I don't know what's up with Fox, man. This Sat King days, this isn't even that much pressure too, man.
Finals, did this.
Him up now, Karl-Anthony Towns. Fox throws it away!
I mean, then again, you could argue and debate that it's like, okay, like Wemby didn't have the proper communication. He could have turned around faster.
2 quarters of some of the most
This
appalling
is like the
basketball
Spurs.
you've
I don't know,
ever
man. It
seen.
seems like the chemistry's fading away in the finals.
This should have been the nail in the coffin for the Spurs and their hopes of winning this game.
Josh Hart ahead of the pack, lays it up. Lost
And then the
ball,
nigga
he
missed the
gets
layup. Bro,
But it wasn't.
they got bailed out so many
Miraculously,
times.
Josh Hart
Still.
missed this wide open layup that would have put the Knicks up by 1. And despite their
And niggas think Josh Hart should still be in the league.
best efforts to lose it, the Spurs still have the lead. And on the very next possession, Wemby gets fouled and sent to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Now, Wemby is an excellent free throw shooter with a career
Didn't he miss
playoff
these
free
two?
throw percentage of 80%.
He really should have got that and one
He's
there,
also
too.
the future face of the NBA in a potential legacy-defining moment of his
think he
career.
misses these.
Under most circumstances, this trip to the line would put the Spurs up by 3 points. But this is far from most circumstances.
He got that up on the glass. Credit Castle for creating those footsteps behind him. Wembanyama misses
Crazy,
a free throw. The greatest comeback in NBA Finals history. Missed them both.
0 for 2. The lead, still just 1 point.
Bro, what the
Or at
fuck?
least, it
Like,
was.
looking at this breakdown, it just looks so
Castle
crazy,
on the
man.
night. Brunson, stutter dribble, drives inside, goes up, floaters up. It's good. The Knicks take the lead with 1:22 remaining.
For the first time throughout this entire game, the Knicks take the lead with just over a minute left on the clock. If this game ended right here, what you just witnessed is already the most improbable, most unbelievable sequence of events in the history of the finals. But somehow, despite there being just a minute 22 left on the clock, this game is far from over. Thanks to a pair of free throws from Stephon Castle, the Spurs regain a 1-point lead with just 30 seconds left on the clock. And on the very next possession, this happens.
Kicks it out in the corner. Brunson gets it back. Brunson on the drive. The floater's up. Shot won't go. Rebound deflected in the backcourt. Fox has a chance to get.
Pause it.
Bro, you know what the funny thing is? Some of y'all was trying to say that like, oh, you just D-Ride the Spurs, hidden first Spurs fan. Bro, Fox actually got fouled and he showed it getting exposed on Twitter.
Players,
but he should have still made the right move and still, you know, dribbled the ball out, threw it up in the sky or something.
Are the best basketball players on the planet. In spite of this, they still often make mistakes. And in the finals, these mistakes tend to live on in infamy. For every great, career-defining playoff moment, there are equally as many infamous blunders that stick with a player long after they retire. What you're about to witness is one of those mistakes.
Fox has it inside, blocked by Anunoby. 9 seconds remaining. 6 seconds remaining. And Mike Brown, will they call the foul?
With less than 14 seconds on the clock, the Spurs were up by 1 with possession of the ball. De'Aaron Fox could have wasted time off the clock and forced the Knicks to foul. He could have called a timeout.
Or he could have
cleared it out and passed it to a teammate. Instead, he went up for a layup and got blocked, giving the Knicks one more chance to win this game. But of all the unlikely things to occur in this game to bring us to this point, converting on a bucket with less than 6 seconds on the clock, down 1, in the finals is about as unlikely as any. Dating back to 1997, the beginning of the play-by-play era, there have only been 6 go-ahead baskets in the finals with less than 6 seconds left in the game. All 6
you might as well change your name, bro. I'm not giving you that attention, bro.
Legacy-defining moments in modern NBA history. Even after their historic, unprecedented comeback, the Knicks still had to pull off what has only happened 6 times in the last 30 years. What are the odds that they can pull it off? About as unlikely as everything that led them to this point.
He might just go flat for Jalen Brunson, allow him to.
And then he allowed Brunson.
Brunson gets it, fires up a 3. Shot no good. The two, let's go.
Man, I'm sorry, man. There's got to be some type of a hidden. Adam Silver had to make the call, man.
It's gone with 1.2 remaining. Knicks take the lead. OG Anunoby. That's 107-106. Bedlam here at the Garden. They can't believe it. The greatest comeback in NBA playoff history. The Knicks pull off a miracle comeback. They lead it 3 games to 1. Now 1 win away from a title.
And that, my friends, is the greatest comeback in NBA history.
Hey, man, none of these are my teams, man, so I could care less. Spurs, like I said, I stand by what I said. As a team, they sold not just 1 or 2 players as a team. You don't get up by 40+ in the finals and just collapse like that, man. Team effort fault, coach effort's fault.